Okay, here is FAMI Farmmi. This finishes at 34 cents today. That is up 41.25%. Please like the video, please subscribe, and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. Okay, here is CEI Camber Energy. This finishes at $3.42 today. That is up 6.21%. So yet again, we're talking about this stock, CEI. We've literally been covering this one almost every single day for the past couple of weeks. This is insane. It squeezed all the way from 33 cents. And today at the high, it hit 485. So massive tendies here if you got in early. And honestly, even I'm pretty surprised that it's been running for so long and that the momentum is still so strong. You know, leave it to the apes. Never underestimate the apes. They kept this one going for a couple weeks here. Very hard task to do, and they kept the momentum alive, and they kept squeezing the stock. So yeah, today, this hits a new all-time high, 485. So yeah, 6.21% really doesn't do the price action justice, because it was much higher at one point. But no specific news or anything to justify this price action today, just a bunch of ape stuff going on, as it has been the past couple of weeks. So the apes piling in and the shorts getting squeezed out. Now I will say that I do think today was actually the squeeze. Maybe not, but this does look like a typical into a short squeeze here. Pumped up super high, came right back down. So don't be surprised if this starts to reverse pretty soon. Not financial advice. Up to this point, I've been saying that I think 310 was the top. I said I didn't think that this would go past 310. Yeah, turns out I was wrong. This almost hit $5. So it looks like the possible cup and handle got rejected. The price blew way past 310. So this is no longer a cup and handle, which I've been saying it was in the previous shows. So right now this is sitting on the support of 340, which it finished at today. So if this goes to the upside, next level of resistance would be 485, the all-time high, which it hit today. And if it breaks 485, then it's onto the upside, onto uncharted territory, and the market will decide for itself what this stock is worth. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 320, 310, 280, 240, 215, 210, $2, 190, 175, 170, 150, 135, and then 125. And there is a bunch of support below 125, but we're not going to discuss that right now. Shouldn't be too relevant. So right now at this current price, 342, the channels to the upside and the downside are pretty wide. So expect significant price action either way this goes. However, if/when this comes back down to 215 to the downside, the channels start to narrow, so expect a significant decrease in price action if/when this comes back down to 215. The RSI is currently at 89, so that is very overbought and very overvalued, so be careful, guys. And this did 952 million in volume today. Very significant volume, biggest volume day ever for this stock. So this pump/squeeze today was confirmed by the volume. Yes, I've been pretty bearish on this stock. It kept on running up, but after today, I'm pretty sure this was the squeeze. I'm pretty sure the squeeze is squoze now. Can't guarantee it, but this has been running for way too long, and it really feels like today was like the epic ending. So I am still bearish on this stock. This run can't keep going on forever. It has to come down eventually, and I would say that it's probably going to come down pretty soon in the short term. So yeah, we no longer have a cup and handle, but it does look like a head and shoulders may start to form pretty soon. So we have a lot of bearish indicators here. High RSI, high volume, possible head and shoulders, and really no bullish indicators. The only thing bullish this stock has going for it is the strong social media sentiment. And I will say the apes have been doing a great job at keeping this stock trending and the momentum alive. So if the apes keep it up, this still can keep on pumping up. This still can keep squeezing. But like I said, this can't last forever. It's going to have to come down eventually. So just be very, very careful, guys. But all that being said, I don't think going long is a good idea at this current price, 342. If you enter here, you're going to be FOMOing in near the relative top. And for all the reasons I just said, this looks really bearish. So that is very risky. Going long here would be a high risk, high reward play. Could pay off pretty big, like I said, if the apes do continue to squeeze the stock, but I don't think that's looking very likely. Going long here is pretty much a gamble, not an investment. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't recommend it, but I'm not going to say don't do it because this does have potential to keep going higher. So if you guys want to gamble and you understand what you're getting yourself into, then I would say sure, go for it. And if you want to go short, not financial advice, seems like a pretty good play. It is a little risky because, again, maybe the squeeze has not been squeezed yet. The apes are still in here. But now it does seem like a really good time to enter going short, based on the TA at least. Like I said, multiple bearish indicators, no bullish indicators. So just going off the TA, this should pull back in the short term. Can't really say how far it's going to pull back, but this ran up really hard, really fast, so this can come down just as fast. So I would support going short here. You should be able to make a good amount of money. And again, you could get squeezed out, so there is still risk involved. I would say this is a medium risk, high reward play. And I definitely think it's worth a shot. Yeah, I think the risk is worth the reward here. I would support going short, not financial advice. So congratulations to everyone who made money in this one today and the past couple of weeks. Consider taking profits, not financial advice, but this is near the high, and it's never a bad idea to lock in the gains. And good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is CEI Camber Energy. Okay, here is ATER Aterian. This finishes at $9.96 today. That is down 12.4%. So here's yet again another meme stock that has been trending the past couple of weeks. We've discussed this one a lot lately. And today we get some more major price action. And it was trending again, top 10 on StockTwits. So we're talking about it again. So no specific news or anything to justify this price action. So just a bunch of ape stuff going on here, I'm assuming. Looks like a lot of apes are selling and moving on to some other meme stocks, like CEI. And just a bunch of shorts coming in again, reshorting here. So the past couple of shows, I said that this is no longer just a meme stock. This is a legit meme stock now, because now the institutional money is starting to come in. We have a bull flag here. Looks like a pretty big bull flag. So I didn't think it would pull back this much. I did think there would be more support, but I still am bullish on this stock, based on the TA here, and based on the institutional money that is coming in. You know, now the institutions have their money in here. They're not going to let the price go down that much. I would not expect this to go into free fall or anything. I do expect this to catch some support pretty soon. So let's analyze this. So right now this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 1045 and 950. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 1045, 1190, 1335, 1485, 1660, 1830, 1970, 2180, 23, 24, 2560, 2680, 2875, 3025, 32, 3280, 3415, 3590, 3710, 3835, 3970, 41, 4215, 43, 44, 45, 4650, 4765, and then the high of 49. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 950, 870, 795, 745, $7, 560, $4, and then the low of $3. So right now at this current price, $9.96, the channels to the upside and the downside are pretty decently sized, so expect a good amount of price action either way this goes. The RSI is currently at 49, so pretty average there. So according to the RSI, this current price of $10 is around fair market value. And this did 18 million in volume today, very significant volume. So this sell-off today was confirmed by the volume. So like I said, this looks like a bull flag to me, but I did not think it would pull back this much. So this hasn't caught any support just yet, so this may keep running to the downside a little bit more in the short term, but I really don't think it should run too much more to the downside. Like I said earlier, there's now institutional money in this stock, and they're not going to let this free fall. Really, the only indicator we have is the bull flag. The other indicators are pretty neutral. No bearish indicators, one bullish indicator, and the rest are neutral. So yeah, not too much TA to go off of here, but I do think the bull flag does hold a lot of weight. So I think in the short term, this should pull back a little bit more until it finds some support, Can't say how far it's going to pull back, but it should pull back a little more. And then I think in the longer term, this should consolidate and break out again eventually. So if you want to go long, not financial advice, couldn't blame you if you want to take a position here at $10. 10 is really not a bad price. But like I said, I think this will pull back a little bit more. So if you hold off, you should be able to get a slightly better price. But if you want to go for it at 10 right here, can't blame you. I would support that. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I would not do that, and I don't recommend that. It should go back down a little bit, so you should be able to make some money, but I just think the risk is not worth the reward here. This is a meme stock. The apes still really, really like this one, and even the institutions like it now. Going short is pretty risky. You could easily get squeezed out under the right conditions. And like I said, it's not going to go too much further to the downside, so shorting here would be a high risk, low reward play. Doesn't make too much sense, so yeah, I would not encourage that. So sorry to everyone who lost money in this one today and the past couple of weeks. Hang in there, and good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is ATER Aterian. So here is LCID Lucid. This finishes at $26.28 today. That is up 7.09%. Okay, so here's another meme stock that the apes really, really like. This one I would consider in the legit meme stock category, not just a pump and dump meme stock. This one has been trending a lot the past couple of weeks, not as much as some other meme stocks like CEI and ATER, but this one does have some pretty strong momentum behind this lately. And yesterday we got some really big news on Lucid, so let's take a look at that. Okay, so it says that Lucid deliveries to start in late October, and they already have 13,000 orders. So that's pretty big news. They've delayed deliveries already for a while now. At first, they were supposed to come out this year. Then they pushed it back to the middle of next year, 2022. And now we have a final delivery date, which is October 2022. Production is finally starting, and we have 13,000 orders already. So yeah, really bullish news for Lucid. Great PR. So that probably had something to do with the run today. Maybe not all of it totally, but the good PR, the good news was definitely a factor, but nothing much else to say, so let's get right into some analysis here. So first of all, we have a gap down at 50.50. So that is a bullish indicator that is telling us that this is likely to come back up to 50.50 eventually to fill this gap. Honestly, that may take a while. 50.50 is a long way to the upside, but that is very noteworthy. We should pay attention to that. And also, it looks like here we have a possible cup and handle. Top of the cup looks like it's 29, and the bottom appears to be 19. So if this is in fact a complete cup and handle, just some quick math off the top of my head, this should pull back to around 24 to complete the handle, which it actually already did. Now it appears like it is consolidating, and eventually it should break out again. So yeah, we do have a complete cup and handle here. So that currently is a bullish indicator. This should break out eventually after it's done consolidating. And actually, this cup could be even deeper. Other possible tops of this cup could be 35, 44, or 63. But it doesn't really matter where the top of the cup is. All of them would mean that this is currently a bullish indicator, because this cup might come back up to 35, 44, or 63 to complete the top of the cup here. So right now this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 2680 and 2530. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 2680, 2750, 2875, 3050, 3140, 3260, 3485, 3650, 3830, 3990, 4125, 4365, 5050, 5275, 5470, 5620, 5815, 6025, 6215, and then the high of 6486. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 2530, 2425, 2240, 2140, 2030, 1910, 1835, 1715, 16, 1485, 1320, 990, and the low of 960. So right now with this current price, 26.28, the channels to the upside and the downside are pretty decently sized. So expect a good amount of price action either way this goes. The RSI is currently at 63, so a little overvalued, but nothing to be too concerned about just yet. And this did 120 million in volume today. Very significant volume, so this pump today was confirmed by the volume. So like I said earlier, we're getting a lot of bullish indicators here. We have the complete cup and handle at $29, which is now consolidating. We have the possible cup and handles at 35, 44, and 63. And not too many bearish indicators except the pretty high RSI and volume. But yeah, I think this looks pretty bullish right now. You know, the bottom was around 19, so you already missed some fat tendies. But long term, this has a lot of upside potential. Like I said, Lucid is a legit company. It's not just a meme stock anymore. It's a legit meme stock. A lot of apes like it, and it should have a pretty good future. This is a long-term hold right here. It should come back to 550 eventually to fill this gap here. And eventually it should come back up to 63 to complete the top of the cup. And eventually it should blow past that to a new all-time high. So short term, this may not move that much, but I don't expect it to go down that much. So I don't think there's any real risk short term, not that much at least. And long term, this has a lot of upside potential. 26, 28 is not the greatest entry, but still, if you're thinking long term, this is actually a pretty good price. So yeah, I would support going long here, as long as you're willing to hodl. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I would not do that. I would not recommend that. Like I said, there's not too much downside potential here. Maybe it'll go down a little bit, but I really don't expect it to go down that much. And there is a lot of upside potential. A lot of bullish indicators and the strong social media sentiment. So going short here would be a high risk, low reward play. There's not too much money to be made, and there's a lot of risk of getting squeezed out. So it doesn't seem too logical, doesn't seem too smart. I would not do that, and I would not recommend that. So congratulations to everyone who made money in this one today. And good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is LCID Lucid. Okay, so here is NAKD, Naked Brand. This finishes at 71.64 cents today. That is down 10.45%. So here's yet again another meme stock that we've been covering a lot. This stock hasn't been as popular as some other meme stocks like CEI and ATER, but the apes have been on this one lately. And today, it was still top 10 on StockTwits, so it's worth talking about. So in the previous shows, I said that it looks like we have a cup and handle here. Top of the cup was around 95 cents, and it appears like the bottom is around 47 cents. So just some quick math off the top of my head. If this is in fact a cup and handle, this should pull back to around 69 cents. Nice. For the handle to complete. And actually, it already has. But we do have a gap up at 63 cents. So that is currently a bearish indicator that is telling us that this should come back down to 63 cents eventually to fill this gap. And that's probably going to happen in the short term. So this already did pull back enough to form a handle, but I do think it's going to pull back a little more to fill this gap here at 63 cents. Other than that, this is part of a larger cup and handle where the top of the cup could be 340, could be 185, could be 140, or it could be 105. But it doesn't really matter where the top of the cup is. All of those are currently bullish indicators. So right now, this is trading between the sideways channel, the rectangle of 73 cents and 66 cents. So if this goes to the upside, next levels of resistance would be 73 cents, 82 cents, 88 cents, 95 cents, 105, 111, 117, 124, 132, 138, 145, 156, 164, 186, 225, and then the high of 340. And if this goes to the downside, next levels of support would be 66 cents, 60 cents, 56 cents, 47 cents, 41 cents, 34 cents, and then 30 cents. And there is some support below 30 cents, but we're not going to discuss that right now. Shouldn't be too relevant. So right now at this current price, 72 cents, the channels to the upside and the downside are pretty decently sized. So expect a good amount of price action either way this goes. However, if/when this breaks 164 to the upside, the channel starts to get pretty wide. So expect a significant increase in price action if/when this comes back up to 164. The RSI is currently at 58, so a little bit above average, but nothing to be too concerned about. And this did 237 million in volume today. Very significant volume, so this sell-off today was confirmed by the volume. So, as I previously mentioned, I think this will pull back to 63 cents at least to fill the gap before this runs to the upside. So I think in the short term, this looks bearish, but as soon as that gap fills at 63, I think in the longer term, this looks pretty bullish. 72 cents is still a pretty good entry. Not the best, because you already missed out on the low of like 45, but that's still a pretty good price. So if you want to go long, not financial advice, I would hold off till 63 at least, and then you can load up. And if it dips below 63, then you can just average down at the supports that I mentioned here. So I would support going long at 63 cents or lower as long as you're willing to hold for the long term. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, it's an okay play. It should come back down to at least 63 cents, like I said before. So from here, it's a little over a 10% gain. So there is some money to be made here, but I really don't think the risk is worth the reward. You can potentially make 10% at the expense of potentially getting squeezed out. Not worth it if you ask me. That would be a high risk, medium reward play. I just don't think it's worth it in this situation. So I would not do that, and I don't recommend that. So sorry to everyone who lost money in this one today. Hang in there, and good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is NAKD, Naked Brand. Okay, here is FAMI Farmmi. This finishes at 34 cents today. That is up 41.25%. So this might be the next meme stock. This might be the next squeeze. Don't know yet. This is just the beginning. But it appears like a lot of apes are taking their profits from CEI and now moving into this stock. It seems like the apes are starting to pile in on this stock. The apes really like this one.
We like the stock.
So I remember talking about this one briefly a couple of weeks ago, but this definitely was not up there in terms of trending. So today is the first day that this makes the top 10 on StockTwits, and it could be the first of many, hopefully. But yeah, we had some news on this, so let's take a look at that first. Okay, so it says the company announced the acquisition of Shangbo for 70 million RMB. So that's pretty big news. Main point here is that they're acquiring another company. So that is a little bit weird, because usually when a company acquires another company, the acquiring company, their stock usually doesn't move. It's the acquired company that usually their stock starts to move. So this doesn't really make too much sense. Not saying it doesn't happen, but it is a bit unusual. But anyway, that is really good news. That is really good PR. The apes liked it, piled in today, and caused a huge run, up 41%. And it's running in the aftermarket, which is a bullish indicator going into tomorrow. Usually when something is running in the aftermarket, that is a good sign it's going to keep running the following day. But let's jump right into this. Let's analyze. So we have multiple gaps here. We have a gap down at around 135, another gap down at around 78 cents, and another gap down at around 47 cents. So those are all bullish indicators. This stock should come back up eventually to fill all these gaps here at 47, 78, and 135. Can't say how long that's going to take, but eventually all these gaps should fill. And this may be part of a cup and handle here. Looks like a very ugly cup, but this could be a possible cup and handle. And there could be multiple tops, but the very top would be 227. So that is a bullish indicator that is telling us this may come back up to 227. The RSI is currently at 54, so pretty average. And this did 776 million in volume today. Very significant volume. By far the biggest volume day ever for this stock. So this pump/squeeze today was confirmed by the volume. So like I said earlier, there are a lot of bullish indicators here. Triple gap down and a possible cup and handle. The RSI would be neutral and the volume would be bearish. But there is overwhelmingly a lot more bullish indicators than neutral and bearish. So therefore, I'm bullish on this in the short term and in the long term. So this current price, 34 cents, isn't exactly the best entry. You already missed a lot of attendees here. the bottom being around 20 cents, but it's still a pretty good price. It may not come down from here. So I would not mind if you guys wanted to buy in here at 34 cents. There's a lot of upside potential and a lot of tendies to be made. Going long here would be a low risk, high reward play. There's not too much downside potential. It shouldn't go down that much, so you shouldn't lose too much money if you're long here. And like I said, a lot of upside potential. Yeah, going long here looks like a good play to me. I would support it. Now, if you want to go short, not financial advice, I would not do that. I don't recommend that. Like I just said, not too much downside potential and a lot of upside potential. So going short here would be a high risk, low reward play because there's not too much money to be made to the downside and you're putting yourself at risk of getting squeezed out. So that's not too smart, not too logical. I would not do that, and I don't recommend that. So congratulations to everyone who made money on this one today. And who knows, maybe this is the start of something big. Maybe this is the start of a squeeze. So we'll have to see what happens. And good luck to everyone currently in this stock and to everyone looking to take a position. This is FAMI Farmmi. Thanks everyone for watching today. I appreciate you guys. Please like the video. Please subscribe and catch me every weekday after market close on the Smarter Gambling Show. You apes already know, diamond hands to the moon. I'm Ty. This is Smarter Gambling. See you guys tomorrow. Peace out.